Halloween is just 2 weeks away. Racial Unity Team hosted Indigenous Peoples Day. Parks and Rec prepares for spooky and winter programming. Chamber thanks those involved with the Powder Keg Festival. We've dived into the history of famous Exeter residents buried in the local cemeteries, and a special report about a string of ghost sightings. I'm your host, Garrett Prey, and this is the Exeter Biweekly Report. Let's get started. The Racial Unity Team and several other organizations met in Founders Park along the falls of the Exeter River on Monday the 11th to celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day. Indigenous Peoples Day was this Monday. Racial Unity Team held an event at Exeter Public Library where stories were told
for use of the ferries on the Hiawassee River.
And history was shared.
Member of the New Hampshire Commission in Exeter and of New Hampshire.
People from the tribes gave a handoff of the flag to Exeter.
Image on here. The central image is of a white pine tree.
And ceremony was held.
Holy, go on, gone. Away.
If you like to look at full coverage of this event, go to our YouTube page. Exeter Parks and Rec has a lot of programming coming up this month for the winter season. New Assistant Director David Tovey gives a preview to their offerings.
My name is David Tovey. I'm the Assistant Director for Exeter Parks and Recreation. Coming up, we have our annual Halloween parade and trick-or-treating downtown. That is going to kick off on Saturday, October 30th. Parade will start at 10 a.m. down at Swayze Parkway, followed by trick-or-treating downtown from 11:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. The trick-or-treating will be held on Sunday, October 31st. Our winter programs, we have youth basketball. That begins at pre-K all the way up through 8th grade. And some important deadlines to note for pre-K, which is our Little Shooters program, and kindergarten and grades 1st and 2nd. Those deadlines are going to be December 3rd. For grades 3rd through 8th, that deadline is going to be November 5th. We have our ski program. We are partnering again with Gunstock Mountain Resort for their outreach program. They have super deals for youth ages 5 through 18. Prices on those passes do increase after November 15th. And the ultimate deadline for that is December 6th. Our Red Cross babysitting course that we will be partnering with the YMCA on that. The deadline to register is December 3rd, and the class is going to be held on December 4th. And this class is for anyone that is looking for training for infants and young children. Another exciting new program that we have coming up is our youth and teen bowling program. There is a weekly drop-in rate, or you could register for the season. We are going to be partnering with Exeter Bowling Lanes, and this program is for anyone in grades K through high school. We will be separating them by their grade and age ranges, and it's going to be a great program. Rob over at Exeter Bowling Lanes has done this before, and he's going to be offering a lot of practicing and instructing in this league. There's also an end of the season banquet too. Ongoing programs that we have is our New Hampshire Esports League. We do partner with GG Leagues on that, and we offer games such as Rocket League, Super Smash Brothers, and Madden football. We also have our karate / self-defense classes that are ongoing as well through the department. So if any of these programs interest you, please feel free to give us a call, visit our website to register online, or come stop at our office located at 32 Court Street.
The Exeter Chamber of Commerce and the Exeter Parks and Rec had a successful weekend at the start of the month with the 2021 Exeter Beer Festival. The Chamber had this to say about the event.
Hi everyone, this is Kim from the Exeter Area Chamber of Commerce, and we would like to extend a huge thank you to the community for a very successful 9th annual Powder Keg Beer Festival underwritten by McFarland Ford. We'd like to extend a huge thank you to the town of Exeter, Department of Parks and Recreation, Public Works, Police, and Fire. We look forward to seeing you next year in 2022 for the 10th annual Powder Keg Beer and hopefully Chili Festival. Thank you, everyone.
It's October, folks, so we're bringing you 2 episodes of spooky segments. To start us off, we take a trip to some local cemeteries to gather some history from beyond the grave. Winter Street Cemetery and Exeter Cemetery give home to tenants that are considered especially fascinating. In the town of Exeter, the dedicated members of Exeter TV and Exeter Historical Society investigate these spirits. These are their stories.
Jude Hall was a Revolutionary War vet who won his freedom following the war. Although all his children were technically born free, that didn't keep them out of harm's way.
3 of the Hall's children would be captured into slavery. James Hall was only 18 when a local man named David Wedgwood claimed that he owed him $4. Bound and dragged out of the house in front of his mother, he was taken to the Newburyport jail where he was shipped to New Orleans and sold. James Hall never made it back to Exeter. Another son, Aaron, went to sea out of Providence, Rhode Island. After the voyage, he went to settle his account with a clothing outfitter, only to discover that the $20 debt he thought he'd signed for was listed as $200. Realizing he'd been cheated, he tried to make his way home, but was overtaken in Roxbury, carried back to Providence, enslaved, sent to sea, and never heard from again. William, a third son, also went to sea and was kidnapped into slavery in the West Indies. He managed to escape after 10 years and made his way to England, where he became a captain of a coal ship from Newcastle to London.
Unfortunately, this gravestone is just a memorial, as it remains unknown where Hall was exactly buried. Ambrose Swayze was a notable entrepreneur responsible for efforts to beautify the town of Exeter.
This beautiful bandstand obstructing traffic in the very heart of Exeter is officially named the Swayze Pavilion. Down by the river, we find the Swayze Parkway and another more modern bandstand called the Swayze Parkway Pavilion.
The Murphy gravestones tell the tragic story involving a fatal bakery fire and the doll who survived it.
This German wax doll named Christine was given to Christine Murphy on the day she was born in 1898. The Murphys owned a bakery on Water Street, and in 1919, this doll, along with some others, was used for part of an Easter display in the front window. The dolls were still in the window in June when a terrible fire swept through the bakery. The Murphys' son Forrest, who was a young teenager, died in the fire.
Christine the doll resides at the Exeter Historical Society to this day.
There has been a recent string of ghost sightings from around town buildings this month. We went out in the community to investigate. First, it began with the sight of devastation in the Novak room prior to a board meeting. Shocked by a poltergeist that carelessly went around and wreaked havoc on everything that it could. And then decided to adjourn itself out. Then vandalized the bandstand before going to the library and rearranging the books. Julia Lantern, the assistant director, spoke with us.
Whether they're on the mortal plane or the spiritual plane, we accept people of all shapes, sizes, cultures, and even if they're not corporeal. So the nice thing is, even though we might have a few ghosts who put back books in the wrong place, that's nothing new to us librarians. We're ready for anything at the library, or anyone who feels like having a hauntingly good time.
The ghost is still at large. If you have any ghostly sightings around town, send us your pictures and videos by emailing us at extvg@exeternh.gov for a chance to be featured in our next episode. That does it for today. Be sure to join us in 2 weeks for October 29th for the next edition of the Exeter Biweekly Report. Thank you for watching, Exeter, and have a great weekend.